questioner, because that's been my policy all along. Not because it's ideal, not because what I want, because it's the only way we're going to get out of the mess that we're in. First, let me be very clear about something. I voted against Obamacare at every stage of the way, in committee and on the floor of the House. But Rick tells you that I voted for the thing 28 times. He ain't telling you the whole truth. In fact, the truth is, Congress has had over 50 votes to repeal parts of the bill. Every one of them's been different. They've all been about different parts. On the question of whether it's fixable in part or in whole, you've already lost that argument. Your own side has made that case. Of the 50 votes we've had, I voted for fully half of them. Because I think we ought to get rid of the bad parts and keep the good. For example, I am staunchly opposed to the individual mandate, the employer mandate, the cuts to Medicare, provision that puts the IRS in charge of deciding whether your insurance is going to measure up and how much it's going to cost, the so-called death panel. I voted to repeal those on every single occasion. But unlike Rick, I don't think we should go back to the days when we discriminate against folks on the basis of pre-existing conditions. I'm a cancer survivor. Maybe there are a few in here. I don't think the millions of cancer survivors in this country should go back to the days when they can get kicked off their insurance coverage even when they beat the cancer. That ain't right. Even a bunch of Republicans like Governor Romney thinks we ought to preserve those parts of the bill, and that's going to continue to be my policy. I will finish.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure very, very plain. I do support a repeal of the bill, so long as we replace it with something that preserves those protections that the vast majority of Americans say we won't. If we can get that, a chance to vote on that, I will vote for it. I've said that from the very beginning. That's been my policy all along.
Yeah, I'd like to address one thing there as far as what our congressman wants in a bill, a health care bill. And I agree, there are a lot of ways. There's a good example here on how you take care of, of folks in health care. We have it right here in Christ Community Health Services. They take good care of folks. They do it for a lot less money than the government's doing it. And that's the answer to health care in our communities, folks. That's what I'm for, and I'm for our community. I am sick and tired of Washington and this double talk that I hear. And, Washington's going to tell us what's best for us. Our communities know how to fix our problems. We can fix our problems if we can get Washington out of the way. Now, what I want to know from Mr. Barrow is how is he going to balance the budget and pay for health care? It will not happen, John. You're going to break the government. You're going to break the country.
Since I have been asked to respond, at least in part, let me point out that Christ Community Health is getting a lot of money from Obamacare. It's getting a lot of support. That has some broad basis of bipartisan support in it. Money for neighborhood health centers where folks pay on a sliding scale basis. This is building on peach care. This is building on the notion that you don't go from being totally dependent on the government for all of your health care expenses to being totally independent as soon as you cross the income threshold. Peach care is based on that, and that has the support of Georgia politicians in Atlanta. So does a sliding scale basis in the neighborhood health centers like Christ Community Health. These are the examples of the things that if we did what Mr. Allen said he's going to do, we lose that. Now, those are things we've got. We need to build on those, and I'm committed to doing just that.
Thank you.